Great day, woo. Great day, woo. If this ain't a great day, woo. I don't even know what a great day, woo is. Welcome to the Church of Beatles! Hands to the ceiling, what a wonderful feeling. Repeat after me, baby. Hallelujah! Hallelujah!
Akira. One of the things I tend to do is to look at symbolic representations through the lens of evolutionary biology, rather than assuming that these representations are mere superstitions or play no functions. Like, we have the idea that there's a deity that's fathered-like. So it's a disembodied spirit in some sense that's eternal, that has eternal characteristics. It's like, okay, well, strip it of its metaphysics. If you strip it of its metaphysics and just look at it as a biological phenomena, it's like, well, what might the idea that there's an eternal spirit of the Father, Spirit of the Father. There's an eternal spirit of the Father, Spirit of the Father. There's an eternal spirit of the Father, Spirit of the Father. There's an eternal spirit of the Father, Spirit of the Father. What might that be a reflection of? Well, it's like, well, there's you imitating your father, but your father imitated his father, and his father, and his father, and his father imitated his father. So in some sense, what your father actually imitated was the pattern of fathers across time. And you can think of the transcendent father as the pattern of fathers across time. When a child imitates his father in pretend play, when I'm pretending to be my father, I'm observing my father across multiple situations. And then I'm abstracting out the commonalities in behavior and attitude across those situations that make him father. And then I incorporate that and dramatize it in my pretend play. It's unbelievably sophisticated. And so it's what the child is doing in pretend play is coming to embody the disembodied spirit of the Father. There's an eternal spirit of the Father, Spirit of the Father. There's an eternal spirit of the Father, Spirit of the Father. There's an eternal spirit of the Father. There's an eternal spirit of the Father, Spirit of the Father. And so you think, well, that is a disembodied spirit. It's a disembodied spirit that's incarnated in the collective of fathers across time. And what is that? Well, it's a judge, that's for sure. It's a judge. Even when you interact with the hierarchy of men who are currently alive, something can be abstracted out of that, like the patriarchal spirit. And if you don't think that's judging you, you are not thinking. It's absolutely judging you. That's what rank orders you in a hierarchy. There's an eternal spirit of the Father, Spirit of the Father. There's an eternal spirit of the Father, Spirit of the Father. There's an eternal spirit of the Father, Spirit of the Father. There's an eternal spirit of the Father, Spirit of the Father.
Anyway, what's on the sun? Make some noise. Happy day. Happy New Year. Happy life. Yeah, that's how you start an album. That's one way to start an album, I guess. Well, how you guys? How's everyone out there? What's up, baby? What's up, you beautiful thing? You? What's up, you beautiful thing? Bloody hell! I've been hammering. You ever do the thing? You ever read the twits? There's this Roald Dahl book, It's a couple of old people who hate each other. They're married, you know, they torture each other. Horrible old people, they torture each other, you know. One of them gets this idea, like every day, he's gonna make the woman think like she's shrinking. So he gets her stick, right? She got a walking stick, and every day, cuts off a tiny sliver of wood and sticks it to the bottom. Every day. And every day the stick gets a bit bigger and a bit bigger and a bit bigger. And one day she's like, what's going on? Why am I like this? And he's like, you're shrinking. You're shrinking, woman. She's like, I'm shrinking. You know? Anyway, every day I'm up here, like banging on this machinery. And every day it slips a little further this way. And I just realized it's all about to fall off the edge. It's just shifted itself about 1.5 inches in this direction. And it's all about to fall over the edge. And it's lucky I just noticed it, because there could have been a terrible, terrible technological disaster. You know? Anyway, shouts out everybody locked in. Let's have a look at the chat. Who's here? What up, Sagittarius? Says gaslighting bastard. Ah, he was, Mr. Twist. What's up, Squiggly Dig? Doing great. About to go back to work tomorrow. Got some big stuff coming up in less than a week. Less than a week. Bloody hell, Squiggly Dig. When are you moving to Ireland? What's going on? What up, Steve Skunk? Says, I'm here to hear. Akira is missing some skull. Oh yeah, shouts out to everyone locked in live. If you're locked in live and you're watching this, you can see that I'm wearing a crown of invisibility. A crown of invisibility is upon my beautiful head. Where did that picture come from? Oh my god. And yeah, it's on my beautiful head. A crown of invisibility. It's amazing. We just had our farewell to the winter break dinner here at Don Towers. Hercules, Akira the Don, and Mama Don, you know, sat down, and we all got given crowns, and lucky me, I got the invisibility crown. Look at that. It's made the bit of my head where it is invisible, and if that's not nice, well, I don't know what is. So, hey, shouts out to you. What's up, Nick Tobin says, I have only listened to Akira so far this year. Life is good. Life is good. Squiggly Dig said that'd be Friday. That's the big stuff. Friday! Ah, Squiggly Dig is flying, I guess. Maybe flying, unless there's a submarine involved or a giant catapult. Anyway, she's leaving America and going to Ireland, which is a very specific place and a very epic place. And as I seem to recall, a lot of people fled Ireland to sort of help invent America, or an aspect of America, I suppose you could say. Squiggly Dig is doing the archaic revival. She's bopping back to Ireland to pick up something we need to go forward, I think. And that's wonderful. Thank you for doing that for us, Squiggly Dig. And we look forward to hearing of your adventures. And also seeing you in the chat at like 3 a.m. for you. Because of course you'll still be joining us. Of course you'll be forgoing sleep. Because it's very important to come to the MEANINGWAVE Autonomous Zone. Very important. Pew, pew, pew. That's right, Captain. That's right, Captain. Skirt. What's up, Jaden? Says, I am starting the hyperproductivity experiment with some very exciting experiences. That's exciting. Hyperproductivity experiments are exciting enough, let alone starting them with exciting experiences. Whoa. Talking of exciting experiences, welcome to the Meaning Stream. Well, the Meaning Stream today, we are owed. We do every month. We do a top 50 countdown. Boom! My head just exploded. That was nice. Every month we do a top 50 countdown. Yeah, we do, and we do the top 50. You know, the top 50 of this month in MEANINGWAVE. Top 50 MEANINGWAVE songs for the month. Now, December. I should have done it. If I was going to do it, I'd have had to have done it earlier, because the top 50 for December was almost all Christmas songs. People were very, very excited about Akira the Don Christmas music this Christmas. So excited. We'd already doubled our average streaming figures on the previous year, which was my plan and my aim. And then Christmas itself, we doubled that, you know. And we went crazy, baby. And it was just people, we were on loads of Christmas playlists and all that. And our Christmas playlist was huge. You know, it generated like 500,000 streams on its own. You see? So anyway, doing the top 50 this month would all have been Christmas songs. And you can't do that in January, can you? So then I thought, all right, I know what I'll do. I'll do a top 50, the top 50 MEANINGWAVE songs of 2020. Brilliant. Brilliant, that's what I'm going to do. So I went into my back end, you know, and that's not a euphemism. I went into my back end of my various places, And you can't get data for the past year. I can get data for the past month, the past week, the past 24 hours, or the past ever. I can't get past year. I couldn't do it anywhere. I tried different places. Couldn't get it on Spotify. Couldn't get it on Apple. You can get it on YouTube, but that's not representative of everything. So I thought, bloody hell, how am I going to do this? I'm going to have to just sort of make it up. I could ask people. I'll go on YouTube and say, hey, what was your favorite MEANINGWAVE song of the past year? You know, and I had a look. I was like, how many MEANINGWAVE songs have I made? You know, in the past year, I wonder. Let's have a look. How many is it? I did a little thing to work it out. How many do you think? How many songs do you think we did? How many songs do you think we did in 2020? MEANINGWAVE Autonomous Zone. You should know. You're the MEANINGWAVE Autonomous Zone. You're the zone of autonomous meaning. The answer is 233. Seems insane. I think that includes instrumentals. So if you cut that in half, I guess maybe like 100 and 116 and a half. I don't know. Hard to tell. It's a lot anyway. It's a large number. Look at people guessing. Sagittarius was closest. YouTube Hero Alex was furthest away. Triad was furthest away. So although you know, if you counted the ones that have not yet been released, that would add another quite a bunch. Anyway, you know, so I was like, bloody hell, I did a lot of songs last year, didn't I? Gonna do more this year. I've been calibrating. I've been calibrating. Calibrating is important. Gotta calibrate, you know. If you're engaged in an experiment in hyperproductivity and zone inhabitation, you gotta calibrate regularly. And certainly you calibrate on an annual basis. You go, okay, how could we be more hyperproductive? What are the areas in which we are being wasteful? You know, what are the areas in which we could improve efficiency? Where are the areas where there is friction? Where is there friction? Where is there friction? Is there something blocking my route from the bed to the DJ booth in the morning? Is there any way I could get there in a smoother fashion? You know, could I create a Wallace and Gromit type situation that picks me up out of bed and drops me into some clothes? There's got to be a way of getting more efficient. Because I believe that, you know, this is year 4. We're starting year 4, so it's about to be starting year 4, which means we'll have done 3 years of hyperproductivity times zone inhabitation. And each year I calibrated a bit, and each year we've had better results, you know. Did 13 albums the first year, pretty good. 15 albums the second year, pretty good. I think it was 18 albums last year, better. Plus hundreds and hundreds of streams. Plus hundreds of mixes, I forgot about that. All sorts, you know. Next year we have to improve. It's not good enough that we did that. It's not good enough that this time last year I said I aim to double our Spotify numbers and did just that. Not enough. We must become ever more efficient, ever more powerful. We must go deeper into the zone. What's down there? I want to know. I want to know what's in there. What's up, Chris Champagne? What up, Pizio Cat says shouts out to the Maz Heroes, of course. What up, Scoops82 says thankful to you and the MEANINGWAVE Autonomous Zone for getting me through 2020. Getting a procedure done, need good vibes to help me through it and recovery. You got this, baby. You don't need none. It's in you. You got it. You got it. But saying that, we're going to send you those vibes anyway, Scoops82. We're going to send you those vibes anyway. And, you know, we normally do the international high five. We're going to do that. But right now, let's do the international send epic vibes of righteousness, glory, wonder, and love to the Scoops82. Are you ready? And we're going to do this by essentially doing the same thing we do for the international high five, which is a high five. Only we're going to do it as a bro fist. All ready? Because the fist contains the great powers, and we're going to fist, and then we're going to let go like that. All right? So we're going to go boom, let go. We're going to punch and then open, you see? And that will channel our energies of glory and wonder and righteousness in the general direction of the Scoops82. Boom! Then we'll release. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. I involuntarily did a high five. That's weird. Let's do that again.
Akira.
Fist. 3, 2, 1. Punch. Open. There you go. Feels like it works. Exploding bro fist. That's called the exploding bro fist. That's what we just did. And that's a healing device. Ow, it hurt my hand. And I hope that's helpful. Wishing you love, brother. God bless. Amen. And yeah, indeed. Indeed. Let us boogie. What's up, Chris Champagne? Says 2020. 2020, one of them gets a T and one of them doesn't. It was a year of reflection, mourning, life improvements, and growth. You and the MEANINGWAVE's Autonomous Zone fam are a huge part of that ride. Thank you. Thank you, Chris Champagne. God bless you, Chris Champagne. Chris Champagne with the epic-ass name. And Breeze the Crest of Brofist Grenade. That's right, baby. Brofist Grenade. Hey, what's up, beautiful? Says Akira. Every time you're on, my sister, Cindy Bailey from Moreno Valley, goes missing. She also replies, no, I'm with Akira. So I've logged in to be with her. Ah, oh, baby, that's so beautiful. Your name is so right, it's so correct. Your name is so fitting, beautiful. A beautiful name for a beautiful person writing beautiful messages, connected to another beautiful person, a beautiful member of the MEANINGWAVE Autonomous Zone called Cindy. Shouts out to you all. What a beautiful family, what a beautiful mother you must have had. And what a beautiful grandmother too. God bless. That don't deserve a chamborine, a tambourine shake. I don't know what does. Anyway, you know, I was telling you about my amazing plans. They were foiled. So yeah, I was like, I'll do a top 50 of the year. MEANINGWAVE, the data is impossible, was impossible today for me to get hold of. I really could not get it. So we're not doing that. Hey, but guess what? MEANINGWAVE archivist, Diverting Tales, has gone through every record we put out last year and weaved it into a narrative called, he called it the story of 2020, I think. Now, look, you could call it the story of 2020, but those of us raised on, you know, Stan Lee, we like to have, the same letter repeating at the beginning of our words. So I think the tale of 2020. The tale of 2020, baby, the tale of 2020. And that way we can do the top 50. We can do the best of the year that was in MEANINGWAVE, but we can do it in a way that tells a story about the year and a story about us as a people and a story about MEANINGWAVE itself. We can do that as an epic live show. That's right. YouTube Hero Lex, that's right. Shouts out to Diverting Tales. He's always asleep when we do these broadcasts because he lives deep in the belly of Europe. But he's with us in spirit, you know? He's with us in spirit. And he does a wonderful job archiving, and he does a wonderful job making playlists for us. There's a bunch of great playlists over on our various channels, curated by the Diverting Tales. You should follow them. They're great. Duna to Bloomer, exactly. Ooh. Chris says, YouTube Hero Alex, looks like you will have to archive stats every month. Like he doesn't have enough to do. I don't think he has enough to do. Let's give him more things to do. We must work Alex harder. Yo! Now that was a banger. Everybody loved that one. Everybody loved that one. And that came out this year, didn't it? Bloody hell. So much came out this year, and it feels like last year, sorry, and it feels like so very long ago. So very long ago. But it was not. But here we are anyway. Here we are in 2021. And before we do this set, we got a couple of things to do. We got to do the international high five. We got to do the international high five, and we've also got to check in on our campaign because we're running a campaign. If you didn't know, we've just kicked off our vinyl campaign, to get JBPWAVE on vinyl. If you don't know what JBPWAVE is, that's Jordan B. Peterson Wave. That's actually the thing that kicked off the MEANINGWAVE universe, you know? It was JBPWAVE. Can you believe that? In 2017, I made a song called Be a Plumber. I think initially I called it Be a Plumber, man! ! Yeah, and that kicked it off, baby. It kicked it off. It kicked it off. And you know, he's been away for a while, as you may know. Away for a while, he has been. And you know, and then I was working on this record, you know, I was working on this new album, and I was working on it. And about a week into working on it, Dr. Jordan B. Peterson suddenly reappeared on the internet with a video saying where he'd been and why. And it was pretty intense. It was pretty crazy, because there had I been deep in the world of Dr. Jordan B. Peterson, working on the first music since 2019's beloved Father LP. And he'd been gone, you know, he'd been gone. Just when the world needed him most, people said. Like, nah, he told you, he gave you everything you needed to know to prepare for this moment. Came along and he said, this plus this equals this. Doing the math, man. People said, re. Some other people said, fair point, but seems a bit overblown and crazy. Next thing you know, 2020. In general. Well. Anyway, he was gone, you know. And then suddenly he was back, and that was strange. And then on the 1st of January, we released the first single from the album, JBPWAVE Aesthetic. First single from it, we released it, you know, into the world. And we kicked off a campaign to put the new album and the classic album, JBPWAVE Genesis, on vinyl. We did. Well, if you remember the good old days, you remember the days, sort of 2016, 17, 18, 19. You know, your boy Dr. Jordan B. Peterson used to tweet an awful lot. All day long. He'd be tweeting. He did do a lot of tweeting. He was pretty good at it, you know, and he tweeted a lot. Not so much, you know, in the past year or so, not so much tweeting. Today, there was an awful lot of tweeting. And it was like, hang on, this isn't someone else posting these tweets. What's going on here? This is like a return to tweets of yore. This reminds me of the old days when, you know, Jordan B. Peterson would be tweeting and then he'd tweet a JBP link and everyone would celebrate, you know. Well, there was me having a conversation with Captain Jack about the wonderful things we're going to do with the vinyl, the wonderful, secret, beautiful things we're going to do with the vinyl. You know, wonderful, secret, beautiful things we're going to do. And then suddenly, all of a sudden, the little bleepity bloopity blops on my computer start going bleepity bloopity blop, you know? Bleepity bloop and bloopity blip and blippity bloop and bleepity blip and all of that, you know, all of that type of activities. All of them. Where's it gone? That's what happens. Dr. Jordan B. Peterson tweets a link to our Indiegogo campaign with that classic, just the way he puts it, it's always so great. Akira The Don, at Akira The Don, who makes music he calls MEANINGWAVE, with lectures from me and others, wants to release on vinyl. Link. Therefore, brothers and sisters, the circle is complete. The Doctor is back, the record is going to be made, the album's about to come out, the campaign and the album has been blessed by the good Doctor. All is right with the world and we are ready, brothers and sisters, we are ready to go forth, be mighty, claim this year as ours in the name of righteousness and glory. And in the name of epic activity. Yes, indeed, brothers and sisters. What a wonderful thing. What a wonderful thing. Got quite emotional, you know. Yo! And the chat goes mad. And the chat goes wild. He's been doing podcasts with his daughter. A new one came out today. I haven't seen it yet. Was it great? John Hannibal Smith says your Klaus has been ordained. Pitsio Cat says yes. Pro Kid says dope. Po Kid says dope. WMV says hype. Mason says clean ya. Blessed room, you know. Chris says got a shout out from JBP. That's a win. That's a win. Becca H says JBP vinyl campaign. Hang on, don't tell me this. That's over to look. I've got to refresh. Pitsio Cat says looked in. YouTube hero Alex says I was wondering why the campaign spiked by a ton of backers in such a short time. D-Man says much happier than the morning show. Who is? I was happy on the morning show. Everyone on the morning show was like, oh, Akira The Don's so happy. Everyone was like, Akira The Don, this is the happiest we've seen you all year. January 3rd. Cindy Bailey says, Sanctified by the Top Lobster. Isn't that beautiful? Yo, Walking More Post is synchronicity. Synchronicity. People were like, Akira The Don, you doing a JBPWAVE album in 2020? I didn't, did I? The timing could not have been more perfect had I had a schedule. And I did not. Had I known the inner workings of what was going on with the clan Peterson, which I did not. I had no idea. No idea. And yet here we are. In perfect synchronicity. God is great. God is great, baby. Shout out to everybody locked in. MEANINGWAVE Autonomous Zone is great. So this morning we left off the MEANINGWAVE morning show at an incredible, just 3 days in. After 2 days of our campaign, we finished the MEANINGWAVE morning show with 100 backers and 16,910 USD. We have stretch goals, we have stretch goals. The record is confirmed, the vinyl is happening. You're gonna get JBPWAVE vinyl. Anyone who orders this campaign will be able to get JBPWAVE vinyl. What we're doing now is making it beautiful. We're making the package beautiful. So we start with a regular record, coming in a regular record sleeve, But what we're doing here with the stretch goals is stretch goal 1, smashed it before it was announced. Colored vinyl, beautiful color. Captain Jack is working on it. Stretch goal 2, 16, gatefold vinyl, smashed. Already. What? Stretch goal 3, 18. Lyric book insert, a book with the lyrics that you can read, sat on a chair with your shotgun on your lap, Smashed. It would seem smashed. Or would it? Let's have a look. 18. And remember at 20, Be a Plumber on 7-inch single. Be a Plumber 7-inch single for everybody who backs any level gets a free, no extra charge, 7-inch single of Be a Plumber, the song that started it all. Let's refresh. Let's see where we are.
Perfect. Shakalaka.
I said refresh. Refresh. Wait, what? Who? Why? Where? When? What the flip? By what? Diggity. I'm just at a loss for words. 18, 620. Whoa, that is strength. 18, 620. Wow. 120 backers. 28 days of the campaign left. Oh, baby. It's going to be a very, very epic package. It's going to be a very epic campaign. Lyric book confirmed! JBPWAVE vinyl confirmed! JBPWAVE vinyl will exist in a few short months with a lyric book, gatefold vinyl, and colored beautiful vinyl. I better get working on a mock-up of that. I shall get Cats and Jack on it. Cats and Jack had some incredible ideas. Oh my goodness, you could have poop. Yo! Wow, that means we are just, we're just $1,380 away from the stretch goal of having a plumber single, a plumber 7-inch, included in the package. That ain't epic, I don't know what is. That ain't nice, I don't know what is. Cindy Bailey says it took us all month for the same amount with WhatsWave 4. Yeah. What's crazy, by the way, is we were on like 17 or something like that before the Peterson tweet. Before the Peterson tweet, we were already at a ridiculous level compared to last time, which is wonderful. It just shows, the growth, baby, and the strength of the MEANINGWAVE Autonomous Zone, which didn't even exist last time. I don't think it was the MAZ then, was it? It was Akira The Don in a room with a curtain. Yo! What's up, Maeve? How you doing? Maeve Linsky says, thanks for the great music, Akira. It was the main thing that kept me going in 2019. God bless you, Maeve. We're here now in 2021, and we're going to give you such wonderful music, by Joe. Such wonderful music is coming your way. I'm very excited to bring it to you. Pizio Cat says, hey, Akira, been listening to more country music since you moved to Texas? I always listen to country music, I love that country music, but I have found, I think I mentioned this in the early days, when I was building my studio, I had a garage. Now I've got a big-ass Texas garage. And I was in my garage, and I was doing some, I always work on multiple. I was like, okay, I'm building my studio. I could also do DJ prep, so I could play some music and tag it, And I had these rap records on, and it didn't quite feel right. I put on the Highwaymen. That felt right. And I realized that listening to rap music in my big-ass Texas garage felt a bit strange. And I ended up just listening to loads of rebel country. Adney says, I thought we were in the year of 21. Akira, we are. What did I say? Did I not say 21? Hey. Jane and Hensley says, autonomous zone sounds way cooler than flow state. You know, we reclaimed autonomous zone quick. You know, some punks in Seattle tried to sully those words, you know. And we said, no. We're going to take this thing, we're going to run it into the ground, we're going to dig it up, and we're going to build a cathedral out of it. Come on! Come on! Sagittarius says, plenty of rap, Houston, Texas. I'm not quite sure what that means. I listen to lots of Houston, Texas rap, obviously. But in my big-ass Texas garage, when I was building the studio, I just listened to loads of rebel country, and it felt good. It felt so good, baby. And with that being said, we're about to go in on an epic set, you know, an epic set. But we do have an international high five to do. And for the international high five, I would say to you, what was the last thing that made you smile, baby? What's the last thing that made you smile? And where are you, obviously? Tell me where you are. I always like to know that. It's always good to know. And Bruce DeQuez says, Jocko Wave was the best part of 2020. It came out in 2019, you know. But, I mean, it existed in 2020. And that in itself is wonderful. Squiggly Dig says, I am about to back the campaign, but I don't know what my address will be. Well, Squiggly Dig, you could do what Calais did, because Calais had a similar issue. So Calais has used our P.O. box, the MEANINGWAVE P.O. box address, as her address. And then when she does know what it is, she can just let us know, and we'll change it. So you could do that. If you want the P.O. box address, of course, is at meaningwave.com on the contact on the donate at the bottom of the donate page. If you hit resources at the top right, there's a donate page at the bottom of that. Is that a P.O. box address? It's somewhere else as well, but it's definitely there. And you can use that as your address if you like. And then just let us know when you've decided what an address that you want it sent to is, and we'll do that. Hurrah! Adney says, thanks for showing me that fabulous picture of 21 Savage. It's glorious. I think about that so often. Sativa Skunk, Dizzy Rascal, song H-Down, worth a listen with Bun B. Yes, it is. Jazz has the Dizzy. I remember when he went to Houston, he was so excited. It was such a beautiful moment for UK rap. It was Dizzy Rascal going to Houston. Hey, it's Calais. Says, the reaction of my players to my last D&D session was the last thing that made me smile. Oh, God bless. And Bruce DeQuez says, Scott Adams talking about lizard people was the last thing that made me laugh. Fool Killer, last thing to make me smile was a change in mindset. Hey, cha-ching. Sativa Skunk, last thing that made me smile was today's farmer's market. Melinda, love the M-A-Z. We love you. Cedric folding laundry. Patrick Smith, epic activities always up in here. Sativa Skunk, I graduated and moved to Texas. Back to Texas. Good for you. Robert Eastley, Chicago in the house. Last thing that made me smile was seeing JBP endorsing MEANINGWAVE vinyl. I know! What a thing of joy and wonder that was. Squiggly Dig, that'll be killer. Let you know as soon as I've got a solid address. Cool. Perfect. An Irish address. Robert Easley, Chicago in the house, and the last thing that made me smile was I read that. Regular father in Maine. Last time I smiled is when I found out that we might be getting a Be a Plumber single. Be a Plumber single. Yo, if we hit that stretch goal, Be a Plumber single is it. And if we hit that stretch goal, do you understand what epic stretch goals will unlock? 'Too epic to bear, some might say. Some might say it's a good Oasis song. Walking on Poet, hey, what's cracking? Or Sivian, what's up? Melbourne, my daughter dancing around the living room to Minecraft music with zero self-consciousness yesterday made me smile. Which Minecraft song was it? I bet I know it. I bet I do. I bet I've heard it 500 times. Walking More Poet back in Virginia, the moment when you refresh the page, meeting the 18K milestone was the last time I smiled. Joy and wonder. Sativa Skunk, my 2021 goal is to meditate more. Pokid, the last thing that made me smile was this stream. It has not stopped since. Boom! Feels like it works. D-Man, Tri-State, watching Grand Tour. Members Time, Virginia Beach, Virginia, and the girl I'm talking to now was the last thing to make me smile. He's not a player, he just drives a forklift a lot. Cindy Bailey, Merino Valley, last thing that made me smile was watching some Studio Ghibli films with my daughter Kyla. You guys told me they were good, and they're not. They're so beautiful, I love them. Oh, wait, what? I'm so confused. Hey, it's that beautiful world again. Shouts out to the Baileys. WMIV MD, my 3-year-old daughter singing, being cute. Yeah! Orsivian, yeah! Kyla, Florida, 1 minute ago I got the best hug from our son before bedtime and he was smiling. So I was a smiling mess. Love to the families of the MAC. God bless ye merry gentlemen and women and chitlins. Crafty Craft, last thing to make me smile. Falling in love with MEANINGWAVE again. Jason Liebman, who told you to touch? Adney, I just booked a one-way ticket to Spain. Adventure awaits. I don't even know what city you're settling yet. Oh, you're gonna move there? Ha! I love it when that happens. Just move to a place that you don't know nothing. You've never been. Maybe you've been there. Jason Liebman, I will king chill you. That's nice. That's a nice thing to say. God bless. Mike Betters, Pennsylvania, my family makes me smile. Your family makes us smile. D-Man, I was able to stream Akira on Discord. It was fun. Hurrah! Jaden Hensley, I'm loving these nightly streams. They're perfect for setting intention. I intend to watch the nightly streams. Mason, utilizing the public library. So long as you're not utilizing it for your OnlyFans. Members time, exactly, Akira. Hey. Adney, moving after 5 years in Oslo. Hype. Congratulations. Congratulations. All right, let's get it cracking. Let's get it cracking, baby. My hands hurt. They do. I don't know. I'm laughing. 3, 2, 1. We're going to refresh and then we're going to kick off this set. The refresh. 18620, where we at now? Right! 1903. Oh, bloody hell. I feel like this is where we were like half an hour before the end of the 30 days. Last time. We're on day 3. Look at this. Yo, shout out to Squiggly Dig. Squiggly Dig just backed that campaign. Hey, why don't you be like Squiggly Dig and back that campaign today, by Jove. Secure the future of MEANINGWAVE, secure the future of JBPWAVE vinyl, secure the Be a Plumber 7-inch. Secure, baby, secure. Safe and sound in the MEANINGWAVE autonomous zone. By Jove. Amazing! What up, D-Man? Appreciate you, baby. What's up, Jason Liebman? God bless. Oh. You know, I do a real cool job of being real cool up here, but amazing. Honestly, this is really, really epic. I hoped and I aimed that this would do well. There's some really cool stuff I want to do. There's some really cool shit we want to do with this campaign, and there's some really cool stuff we want to do with MEANINGWAVE in general. With growing MEANINGWAVE, action figures. Things of that nature. Increase in quality of everything. All that, But anyway, it's a wonderful thing, and I'm very, very humbled by the support. And I feel a little like almost at a loss for words, actually. So I'm going to play some music. How about that? I'm just going to play some music and stop talking. Because I might like bust out a single manly tear, you know? A single manly tear. I might just do that. Instead, I'm going to take you on a journey, baby. I'm going to take you on a musical journey through the tale of 2020. MEANINGWAVE.
Akira.
Oh, hey everybody. Glad you could make it. Today will be, for some of you, the most incredible day of your life. Not everyone. Some of you will just get a little bit smarter. Others of you will find a transformational experience happening tonight. Yes, tonight you're going to find out the user interface for reality itself. The user interface for reality itself. So that you can author your own reality. The user interface for reality itself. Don't believe it? Why are you here? Yeah, you're curious. You're wondering, can I do it? Well, you're gonna find out. Well, you're gonna find out. So, it turns out that there are some stories that can't be told right away. There are some things that by their nature cannot be communicated. There are a number of reasons why some stories can't be told. Maybe there's a secret involved. Maybe somebody's being modest and they don't want to brag. Maybe there's a lack of credentials involved. It might be a question of loyalty. You've promised you wouldn't tell somebody. You don't want to hurt somebody. It might be complicated. And so, just too hard to explain.
Akira.
This is important to know because you're going to wonder, why didn't I tell you where the user interface for reality was before? The user interface for reality itself. The user interface for reality itself. So that you can author your own reality. The user interface for reality itself. It's kind of a heck of a thing to hold out, isn't it? And the reason is, I couldn't tell you before. There needed to be a certain perfect situation. And that perfect situation happened today. Today. After 22 years, my plan came together. Today. And that plan was that someday I wanted to be in a position to tell you the things that I'll tell you today that I couldn't tell you until now. The user interface for reality itself.
They got the hat of invisibility. See?
For reality itself. So that you can author your own reality. The user interface for reality itself.
Bum 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 bum. 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 Akira The Don, Scott Adams, the user interface for reality. From the album, the user interface for reality. Came out this year. Feels like a long time ago now, but it did. WMIV, it says RIP, double A. Yo, shout out to everyone who recognizes that scratch. Get that little scratch there. hear that? That Doom scratch, baby. That's in my sample library labeled as Doom Scratch. Doomsday Scratch. It's my favorite scratch of all time. Literally. Sampled it on so many records. I turn it into an instrument, and sometimes you'll just hear a tiny fragment of it as a hi-hat. Hey. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Make some noise, MEANINGWAVE Autonomous Zone! I'm gonna throw the chat up on the screen. Shouts out, I heard someone say, this is strange because I normally listen to Scott Adams at 2.75 speed, or was it? Yo, felt that one.
Let us consider this problem. The human eye opens at a rather late stage in the development of the individual. He has already done the most marvelous work he will ever do. In a mysterious way, in his mother's womb, he has built a human body. And this body has organs that are directed to certain ends and intentions. And these were not the organs designed by reason, designed by consciousness. Reason and consciousness comes to itself and asks later, what is it I'm all about? What is it I am here for? What is it I'm all about? What is it I am here for? Why is it I do this and that? Why is it I do this and that? What is it I'm all about? What is it I am here for? Furthermore, the coming of the eyes into the general biological picture is very late. Life had already originated hundreds of millions of years before eyes opened and saw what was going on, saw what life was doing. Now if you'll see and think what it is that life does, that life has to do in order to be life. It has to kill and eat other life. That's the basic thing. This is a rather monstrous thing. And when the eyes see what the situation is on which its own life depends, its own existence, when conscience and consciousness become aware of the preconditions of their own existence, there is often a sense of shock, a sense of horror. You know, the basic word of Buddhism, all life is sorrowful. That's one way of recognizing this. There is also the feeling many have of guilt simply for being alive. This is, in a way, symbolized in the image of the fall in the garden. Life is monstrous. Life is monstrous.
Yeah.
What is it I'm all about? What is it I am here for? What is it I'm all about? What is it I am here for? Why is it I do this and that? Why is it I do this and that? What is it I'm all about? What is it I am here for?
Make some noise for Joseph Campbell. That's from the album Songs of Mythology, which came out January, February 2020. I should know this stuff, right? In the long, long, long ago. This album is a great album. It remains a great album, you know. What is it all about, baby? What is it I am here for? Well, we did a vinyl campaign before this one, you know. And it was for an album called The Web of Life Part 2, featuring Alan Watts.
The web is a trap, like the spider's web is a trap.
You feel yourself back there now, baby, back in.
Also,
or was it March?
Embroideries.
April? I should know.
It's traps for men, from a certain point of view. From a certain point of view. And I want to consider the web as something playful. You see, there are so many ways of looking at it. And you will find that all these ways are right, but what we need is the fullness of the view. From a certain point of view. Of the view. From a certain point of view. What we need is the fullness of the view. From a certain point of view. From a certain point of view. What we need is the fullness of the view. From a certain point of view. From a certain point of view. What we need is the fullness of the view. From a certain point of view. From a certain point of view. What we need is the fullness of the view. From a certain point of view. From a certain point of view. There are people, for example, who can see the web as a trap and get stuck with that. There are people to whom existence is simply hateful. They see it as nothing but a ghastly mistake. The Lord really erred when he created this world, because he arranged it in such a way that everything lives by eating something else. And what I'm doing is I'm describing a certain point of view. From a certain point of view. I'm not exactly philosophizing, I'm describing a point of view. You can look at life in such a way that the whole thing is this ghastly mistake. For example, there is no such thing as genuine kindness or love. Everybody is really pretending that they're loving other people in order to get some advantage from them. And indeed, there is a point of view which occurs in certain forms of paranoia, where people don't seem to be real. They are mechanisms. And you can think that out quite intensely with a good deal of intelligence. After all, if you start from a good old Darwinian or Freudian basis and see that man is a material machine and that the consciousness of man is simply a very involved and complicated form of chemistry, well, then this awful mechanical things, these Frankenstein that everybody is, they come around and they say, well, I'm alive. I'm a human being. I have a heart. I love, I hate, I have problems. I feel. And you feel like saying, come off it. You're just a monster. And you put on the civilized, because really you're just a set of teeth on the end of the tube. What we need is the fullness of the view. From a certain point of view. From a certain point of view. What we need is the fullness of the view. From a certain point of view. From a certain point of view. What we need is the fullness of the view from a certain point of view. From a certain point of view. What we need is the fullness of the view from a certain point of view. From a certain point of view.
Aye. MAC make some noise. What's up, Atkins Villiers? Doesn't want to leave home, but I have nowhere to go. I'm slipping. I love you. Find the answer within, baby. You know. You know. What's up, Pocket? What's up, Antoine Lyon?
You've got a ganglion behind those teeth, which you call your brain or your alleged mind. And this thing is really basically there for two purposes. One, to
adventure,
something to eat, to put down the tube, and the other, you know what, Mr. Freud, libido. And everything else, you see, can be construed as an elaborate, subtle way of pretending that that's not really what you want to do. But you do. But you put on a great show. Now, some people, according to this view, get mixed up. They so repress that what they really want to do is to eat and to screw. They get involved in higher things that are the masks for these activities and think that that's the real purpose of life. And then they become what's called neurotic. Because they get involved in being pure camouflage. That's what's called escaping from the facts. Not looking at life, not looking at reality correctly.
From a certain point of view, Akira The Don and Alan Watts from the album What'sWave 6, The Web of Life Part 2, which came out in May. We did a very successful Indiegogo campaign to get that put on vinyl, and we did it. We got it put on vinyl. That vinyl all got shipped. Everybody loves their vinyl. That was our first vinyl campaign, and it happened, and it was epic. And we're so glad it did. And now here we are doing another one, baby. Here we are in the future. Here we are in the future. Why am I so teary? I'm just so full of emotion. Stop being emotional in the chat, you buggers. Everyone's saying about being emotional in the chat, telling emotional stories. MEANINGWAVE, Autonomous Zone, you beautiful thing. What up, no?
You should know that the mating instinct is the base of pretty much all of your impulses. So if you haven't learned that pretty much everything from the way you talk, present yourself, hold yourself, dress, everything you do is some kind of expression of your mating instinct, whether you like it or not. Whether you like it or not. Everything you show off about that you don't want to show if you have a flaw, pretty much everything you do comes back to wanting to look good and present yourself well for mating purposes. Once you understand that, you start to understand where the buttons are, because you'll say, oh, that's why that's happening. It's an extension of the mating process. Oh, that's why that's happening. It's an extension of the mating process. Oh, that's why that's happening. It's an extension of the mating process. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. You'll see it everywhere. Oh, that's why that's happening. It's an extension of the mating process. It's like the veil will come off and you'll start seeing everybody's actions. Wait a minute. Why is it? Everything is compatible with that showing off for mating purposes situation. Showing off for mating purposes situation.
Let the beat rock.
Oh, that's why that's happening. It's an extension of the mating process. Oh, that's why that's happening. It's an extension of the mating process. Once you see it, You can't unsee it. You'll see it everywhere. Oh, that's why that's happening. It's an extension of the mating process.
Yeah. Come on, baby. Whoa. 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 Scott Adams there, Mating Process. Shouts out to Blair on backing vocals on that record.
Now, this is a very strange thing, you see, that it is partly true that the universe, so far as its biological aspect is concerned, is this weird system that lives by everybody eating everybody else. Only what we do to maintain what is called order and civilization is that various species make agreement that they won't eat each other. They'll cooperate and so be an enormous gang which can beat down the others. So far of this gangster arrangement, we are the most predatory monsters on Earth. And we have cooperated to assault the fish and the vegetables and the chickens and the cows and everything, you see? Only we do it by not letting our left hand know what our right hand doeth. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, unless gentlemen happen to be prone to going hunting as a sport, they don't see their food killed. They don't see the slaughterhouse. And so what you get in the butcher, in the market, is steak. No, is a thing in its own right. It has nothing to do with a cow. Steak is the thing shaped thus and so, and it looks as if it might be like a banana or something like that, you know, and nobody worries. And when a fish is served up, it does indeed look like a fish, but it's not the squiggly, squirmy fish that comes out on the end of the fisherman's line. You know, when you really fish, you realize that the fish doesn't like it very much. This gangster arrangement. We are the most predatory monsters on Earth. So let me repeat. So let me repeat. This gangster arrangement.
Yeah.
This gangster arrangement. We are the most predatory monsters on Earth. So let me repeat. So let me repeat. This gangster arrangement.
Yeah.
That absolutely extraordinary side of things that is really terrifying. And so let me repeat the illustration I used of the cross in the net, where one side of it is scissors that cut and eat, teeth that chew and get this thing in, and the opening side of it is like James Joyce's Ulysses, the girl who says yes, and I said yes, yes, yes. She wants to be absolutely ravaged by her man, see? So it's open. But now comes if we take the dark view of things, the horrible view. Excuse me if I go into some rather grisly details, but have you ever heard of a vagina dentata? That is the idea that in the sexual organ of the woman there are teeth. And a lot of men have this fantasy, and so are rendered impotent. They don't make love, because they feel that the price of this blessed experience, this creative experience, loving experience, is you're going to get trapped. You're going to get emasculated. You're going to lose your precious member of this gangster arrangement. We are the most predatory monsters on Earth. So let me repeat. So let me repeat of this gangster arrangement. Of this gangster arrangement. We are the most predatory monsters on Earth. So let me repeat. So let me repeat of this gangster arrangement. This is a very ancient fantasy. It appears throughout all known history. because this is simply the woman's where she attracts, but she's out really to get you. She is basically a spider mother, you see, who is selfish and doesn't really love you. Not really, but says she does. And of course, there are on the other side all the tricks of the men, which go without mentioning.
Make some noise for Alan Watts, that's that gangster arrangement, baby! Yo, Major League shout out to Natural Phenomenon. What's up, Natural Phenomenon? Thank you for the $50 super chat. That's very God blessed of you. Says, just started the best job I've ever had in my life. Making enough money to back the new JBP vinyl and send this bit of gratitude your way. I would not be where I am today if it weren't for MEANINGWAVE. Bless up, Akira The Don. God bless 21. Yo, that ain't epic, I don't know what is. We proud of you, baby. Thank you for your support. That was just beautiful news, isn't it?
Consciousness has other notions
of how things ought to be. What virtue is, and so on, and so on, and so on.
One of the problems that man has to face is reconciling himself to the foundations of his own existence. And
this is the first function of mythology. This is the first function of mythology. A reconciliation of consciousness with the mystery of being. This is the first function of mythology. Not criticizing it.
Shakespeare, in his definition of art in Hamlet, where he says,
Art holds the mirror up to nature. It's the perfect definition, I would say, of the first function of mythology.
when you hold the mirror
Up to yourself, your consciousness becomes aware of its support. What it is supporting it. You may be shocked at what you see. You may be greatly pleased.
but one way or another, you become aware of yourself. Your consciousness becomes aware of that darkness, that being which came into being out of darkness and which is its own support. And
This is the first function of mythology. This is the first function of mythology. That reconciliation of consciousness with the mystery of being.
And
This is the first function of mythology. What I
and the
know!
realization of their mystery as something that consciousness is not going to be able to criticize, not even going to be able to elucidate, not even going to be able to name. It is something beyond naming, beyond all definitions. That's the first point. And when that is lost, one loses this sense of awe.
What's up, Mikey Mike?
It calls the best thing in man, the sense
Let's crack it, baby.
for one's privilege of having this center of consciousness aware of these things. And
This is the first function of mythology. This is the first function of mythology. A reconciliation of consciousness with the mystery of being. is the first function of mythology. Come on! Anyway, what's up with song? Make some noise. It's Joseph Campbell and Songs of Mythology. The first function of mythology from Songs of Mythology. Incredible record. Wow, I forgot how much I love that record. Shouts out to me for making that record. Yo! Welcome home, Mikey Mike. How you doing, baby? Good to see you. How you feeling? 21. Yo, make some noise if you were washed with joy. Ow! Yo, 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 who wants to know how to program reality? Who'd find that useful? Mikey Mike? Come on! Aye!
Let me show you my path toward figuring out the user interface. It's important that you know how I got there so that you can have some trust that there's something to it. When I was a kid, I was influenced, as was my mother, by the book The Power of Positive Thinking by Norman Vincent Peale. That suggested that you could somehow change your life, or maybe you were changing reality, if you could simply think positively. Think positively. Think positively. Think positively. So this was my first introduction to the concept that maybe reality was not fixed and something that you were a victim of, but rather you could do something. There was some mechanism, some technique, some tools you could use to get some control over your environment and your life, as opposed to having it control you. And that was my first thought, that reality could be programmable in at least some simple sense. But of course, I embarked on a lifetime of exploration to find out if I could find out more about how to program reality. Think positively. Think positively. Think positively. How to program reality. Think positively. Think positively. Think positively. Led me to learn meditation. I became a trained hypnotist. Of course, mushrooms let you see the world in a completely different reality. And all of these things, from studying all the different religions to which is really just visualizing what you want and writing it out every day. Visualizing what you want and writing it out every day. And then learning persuasion. These all had the same cumulative effect of teaching me that reality was indeed far more subjective than you're led to believe. When I say reality is subjective, I don't mean that there isn't some base reality that's real. We don't have access to it. In other words, just take religion. Two people with completely different religions can go into a store, they can shop, they can get married, have children. They don't really need to reconcile the fact that they live in different worlds. One thinks there's an afterlife, one thinks there's reincarnation, one thinks there's nothing, and yet we all survive and thrive and reproduce. There's nothing to suggest that our brains are the kind of brains that can understand reality. Instead, all of the evidence suggests that we can put filters, optionally and somewhat subjectively, on our reality, and the thing that we deal with is a filter. We're not dealing with the underlying reality. Our filter on it is the thing that's real to us. And you can change those filters, so that's the important part. And you can change them fairly easily. And if you find a filter that predicts better and makes you happier, well, that's the better filter, even if it isn't a better approximation of reality. What matters is you're happy. What matters is getting what you need out of life. Think positively. Think positively. Think positively. how to program reality. Think positively. Think positively. Think positively. Program reality. You can change those filters. Change those filters. Change those filters. How to program reality. Think positively. Think positively. Think positively. So, once you accept that there's a subjective reality, you're starting to get ready to accept the user interface for that reality.
21. 21. How you feeling when you wave autonomous zone? How's your life? How's life, baby? Is life medium? Is life bad? Is life good? Yo, from way back in, I don't know, some point in 20. Come on!
Gratitude. On that 400 trillion and one thing, I'm grateful. Straight up, like I don't know what to say. Like you might have not been born, right?
Yo.
Like your dad could have been late to the apartment that
day.
On some real shit. Like I don't think people contextualize perspective. Like what? Like you're alive.
Aye.
Like you're alive.
Aye.
You could have been a tree.
Aye.
You could have like right? Like this is cool. Like
Life is good.
Life is good.
Like it's cool to have one. It's cool to have one. Life is good. Life is good. Like it's cool to have one. That's number one. Life is good. Life is good. That's what's up.
Like it's cool to have one.
It's cool, baby. It's cool.
Life is good.
This is cool.
Life is good.
This is cool.
It's cool to have one.
Aye. That's number one.
Life is good.
What's up, Vanessa says, I just ordered the JBP vinyl.
Have one.
I just need to keep my husband away from the credit card statements. It should arrive in time to surprise him on his birthday. Oh!
That's number one.
Wife of the year.
Biggest things for me is being.
Wife of the year activities.
I hate conflict. Ironically, like I'm a tough guy when I have the mic and nobody else can talk, but in real
What
life,
up, no?
I like happiness and vibes and like.
I like vibes, baby. Come on!
Like kids stole hundreds of thousands of dollars from me.
In the liquor store.
Like I found a way for him not to go to jail for a long time. Like, you know, like just being the bigger person has been a core principle of mine. Not valuing money over family and like happiness has been huge. Fuck money.
Oops.
Like really.
Really?
Fuck money. You cannot care about.
Hey, husband, don't listen to this stream like you listen to most of them, don't you? What?
You know?
Here is a different person.
Life is good.
Like it's cool to have one. It's cool to have one.
Life is good.
Life is good. Like it's cool to have one. That's number one. What?
Patience.
Ooh.
Holy shit, I'm gonna live 4 more full lives. And no matter how crazy what I think about right now is, and like what I want to accomplish on or off the field, I got 4 fucking lives to do it.
Whoa.
You guys know Grey Goose? The guy who invented that as an entrepreneur invented it at 78. 78 years old. You know? That's life.
What?
Like, you could do everything wrong. Have every dream you've ever had fucked up. Blame it on other people. The girl fucked it up. That injury fucked it up. Coach fucked it up. Blame everybody. Have everything go wrong. Be 57 years old and still have fucking 40 years to make it right. It's crazy, honestly. Like if there was some crazy new drug that I could like inject in you that gave you perspective of time, that's the drug I would give you. Straight up.
Life is good. Life is good. Like it's cool to have one. It's cool to have one. Life is good. Life is good. Like it's cool to have one. It's cool to have one. Life is good. Life is good. Like it's cool to have one. It's cool to have one. Life is good. Life is good. Like it's cool to have one. That's number
It makes you
one.
optimistic. People sitting here dwelling already.
That's
Dwelling already.
#1.
Fuck, I shouldn't have come to Rutgers. Fucking knew it. Of course I shouldn't think of that. Like, that's just real life. Dwelling already, haven't even fucking started.
That's #1.
Man, that's what I want to change.
Yo! Life is good. Life is good. Like it's cool to have one. It's cool to have one. Life is good. Life is good. Like it's cool to have one. That's #1. Whoa! Yo, what an amazing record. I think that record's #1 in a reality or 700 billion. That's the #1 record. Yo! Well, let's check on our campaign. Let's see how our campaign's doing. You know, it's really exciting having a campaign. Just really exciting. The refresh. I love doing the refresh, you know. Love seeing that people are excited about MEANINGWAVE and people want MEANINGWAVE to exist. Isn't that a beautiful feeling? We're at 19. Let's see where we are. What? Refresh! 19,650. We're only $350 away from the flipping the plumber stretch goal. The Be a Plumber stretch goal. Be a Plumber gets vinyl. Yo, do you understand? No! Bloody hell. What's up, Mikey Mike says, yo! Besides all the small annoying things in day-to-day life, life is still good! I'm fucking alive! You are! You're here. And you could be anywhere, but you're here, and that's amazing. We're happy you're here, Mikey Mike. Welcome home, baby. Make some noise! Grateful, baby. Grateful to the gods and grateful to you. Grateful that people want MEANINGWAVE to exist.
Akira.
Grateful to Marcus Aurelius for writing me these excellent songs.
He's got clout.
Thank you, Marcus. Yo, listen up. Alright, when you wake up in the morning, tell yourself the people I deal with today will be arrogant, ungrateful, what? Stingy, dishonest, jealous, and surly. Yo, they are like this because they can't tell good from evil. But I have seen the beauty of good and the ugliness of evil, and I recognize the wrongdoer as a nature related to my own. Not of the same blood or birth, but the same mind, and possessing a share in the divine. Not of the same blood or birth, but the same mind, and possessing a share in the divine. Therefore, none of them can hurt me. No one can implicate me in ugliness. Neither can I feel angry at my relative or hate him. See, we were born to work together like beat hands and eyes, like the two rows of teeth, upper, lower, to obstruct each other. It's unnatural. Feel anger at someone, so turn your back on them. These are obstructions. Yo, discard your thirst for books so you don't die in bitterness, but in cheerfulness and truth. Grateful to the gods in the bottom of your heart. Grateful to the gods in the bottom of your heart. Oh! So you won't die in bitterness, but in cheerfulness and truth. Grateful to the gods in the bottom of your heart. Grateful to the gods in the bottom of your heart. Discard your thirst for books so you won't die in bitterness, but in cheerfulness and truth. Grateful to the gods in the bottom of your heart. I say grateful to the gods in the bottom of your heart. The I am is black, little spirit and intelligence. Come on, throw away your books. Stop letting yourself be distracted. That is not allowed. Sad as if you were dying right now. Despise your flesh, a mess of blood, pieces of bone, a woven tangle of nerves, veins and arteries. Consider what the spirit is at, but never the same air. It's vomited out and goes in again every instance like but finally, the intelligence. Think of it this way, you are an old man. Stop allowing your mind to be a slave, to be jerked about by selfish impulses, kick against fate and the present, to mistrust the future. What is divine is full of providence, even chance is not divorced from nature. The inweaving and infold into things governed by providence. Everything proceeds from it. Yo! Then there is necessity in the needs, the whole world of which you were a part. Whatever the nature of the whole does, whatever serves to maintain it, it is good for every part of nature. Yo, the world is maintained by change in the elements and in the things that they compose. See, there should be enough for you. Treat it as an axiom. Treat it as an axiom. Hey, discard your first books so you won't die in bitterness, but in cheerfulness and truth. Grateful to the gods in the bottom of your heart. Grateful to the gods in the bottom of your heart. Won't die in bitterness, but in cheerfulness and truth. Grateful to the gods in the bottom of your heart. Grateful to the gods in the bottom of your heart. Discard your first books so you won't die in bitterness, but in cheerfulness and truth. Grateful to the gods in the bottom of your heart. I said grateful to the gods in the bottom of your heart. I said, oh, what a glorious thing, waking up in the morning, baby. Oh, what a glorious thing, you get to have a whole day. Hey, oh, what a glorious thing, waking up in the morning, baby. Oh, what a glorious thing, we went and hit 20K. Hey! Yo, would you look at that? Would you look at that, by Joe? What up, though? Good books, so you won't die in bitterness, but in cheerfulness and truth. Grateful to the gods in the bottom of your heart. I said grateful to the gods in the bottom of your heart. Oh shit. At some point you have to recognize what world it is that you belong to, what power rules it, and from what source you spring. There's a limit to the time assigned to you, and if you don't use it to free yourself, it will be gone and it will never return. Whoa! Yeah! 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 Yo, yo, yo. Who put that there? Who did that? How'd that happen? How we do that? That's crazy! Shouts out to everybody that's in live. We just beat our previous campaign like a gong. Yo, we just smashed through the end result of our previous campaign in 3 days, less than 3 days, in 2.5 days or something. We beat it like a stove from us. Brothers and sisters, stretch goals smashed. Stretch goals smashed. Bloody hell. Stretch goal 1, colored vinyl, smashed. Stretch goal 2, gatefold vinyl, smash. Stretch goal 3, lyric book insert, smash. Stretch goal 4, Be a Plumber 7-inch single, smash. Smash. You did! Yo, everyone's getting it. Oh yeah, everyone's getting one. Everyone who's backed the vinyl campaign is getting Be a Plumber, the very first Akira The Don and Jordan B. Peterson song, the very first Meaning Wave moment is gonna be etched into a beautiful vinyl piece. For all times, everybody's getting one. Everybody! Everybody, baby, Backstreet's back. Meaning Wave never left. Alright, you know what I mean? How can we be back if we never left? Yo! Bleat Lime with us cracking, baby, says thank you for your help last night, Akira. What'd I do? Today I won in fantasy football. What? Hey, come on. Man, it's just victory all around. I won in fantasy football tonight. I joined the many participants in Back in the Campaign. Now! Get a record player. Recommendations, anyone? Yo, God bless Bleat Llama. Good work. What up, Melinda? Says N. That's so mysterious, Melinda. Oh, she said nice. What's up, Indica Blue? Says what's this? I mean, that's such a powerful question. What's this? This is Meaning Wave Live. The tale of 2020, baby. We in here. We are. Wow. JBPWAVE vinyl's happening, baby. It's real. It's a real thing. It's occurring. JBPWAVE Aesthetic. The album is coming out on the 26th of this month by Joe. Everyone's getting it. Everyone's getting an extra single. Everyone's getting an extra 7-inch single. That means the next stretch goal league is unlocking. Oh bloody hell! Are we going to announce it tonight or are we going to announce it tomorrow? I wonder. Proceeds from it. Flipping heck. Make some noise for yourself anyway. What's on his own? God bless!
The world is maintained by cash.
The second function of a mythology
is that lucky train
to present an image, a total image of the universe as consciousness is aware of it. We have to encompass the whole of what we know and see that in terms of this mystery. Now, as you immediately realize, in the course of the ages, in the course of time, man's understanding and man's image of the universe has greatly changed. And man's image of the universe has greatly changed. A totally new cosmos has come into being, has come into our consciousness, has greatly changed. The view of the world round about that the Pawnee Indian would have had on the plains of Nebraska 200 years ago is very different from what is now propounded in the University of Nebraska. Likewise, when we read in the book of Genesis the story of the creation of the world, that's not the world that our scientists are telling us about. And man's image of the universe has greatly changed. And man's image of the universe has greatly changed. A totally new cosmos has come into being, has come into our consciousness, has greatly changed. Read an account of the coming into being of the cosmos from the spiral nebulae hundreds and
regulators
years ago, and try to bring that into accord with the biblical story, or try to bring it into accord with any of the inherited stories. The image of the cosmos must change with the development of the mind and the knowledge. Otherwise, the mythic statement is lost, and man becomes dissociated from the very base of his own religious experience. Doubt comes in and so forth. You must remember, all of the great traditions and little traditions in their own time were scientifically correct. That is to say, they were correct in terms of the scientific image of that age. So there must be a scientifically validated image. Now you know what has happened. Our scientific field has separated itself from the religious field, or vice versa. And man's image of the universe has greatly changed. And man's image of the universe has greatly changed. A totally new cosmos has come into being, has come into our consciousness, has greatly changed. It was actually the religious community that rejected the scientific community in the 17th century. And this divorce is a fatal thing, and a very unfortunate, and a totally unnecessary thing. There is no reason whatsoever for clinging to the literal reading of a scientific statement that is 4,000 years old. It must be read another way. And there is something else being said there. lost if you either hang on to the old science or reject it. A man's image of the universe has greatly changed. A man's image of the universe has greatly changed. A totally new cosmos has come into being. Has come into our consciousness. Has greatly changed.
What up, dude? 21, baby. We're looking back on the Meaning Wave of 2020, the story of Meaning Wave in 2020, the tale of 2020, baby. If you listen close enough, you can hear the whole story of the whole year, baby. Yo! Indica Blue was cracking, baby. Poke Kid was cracking. Natural Phenomenon was cracking. Victory all around. Victory is in our clutches, motherfucker. Cindy Bailey, more vinyl, all back is get more vinyl for everybody. That's so real. What's up, Vanessa? My son is doing fantasy football. I think he's on top of his dad's work colleagues. Haha. What's up, Gil Nirvana? Sativa Skunk, grateful for you all. Such great people find themselves here, attracted. Ain't that real? I'm so proud of this community. I'm so proud of this community. Ain B says, this is all your generosity to us. All you have given to us since Tom Hanks hit. I mean, that's what's crazy about doing this show. Thank you, by the way, Ain B. What's crazy about doing this show, listening to records from last year, is like, it all feels so long ago. And also, we did so much last year. It's pretty epic. We put out so much music and it's so good. Like, all in a year, baby. This is just a tiny little bit of it. We played like a fraction. You know, and that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing, baby. Whoa! Complete Llama. Continue the conversation with the wife. Oh yeah, the wife was saying that you didn't have enough room for vinyl, right? Well, how did that go? I continued last night's discussion in today. Then I won in FFL, and Bucks appeared that my wife did not have any say over. There you go. See, God wants you to have JBPWAVE vinyl. Like, why argue with God? Shit. Zach Sauer, new stretch goal, Little Herc's first single, Life is Suffering. It's funny you should say that. Herc, actually, you know, obviously Herc's first song, full song he recorded is his Minecraft song, and he wants to release that, you know. He does. Before we get into the next tier of scratch goals, we've got like a new world opening up. Of this section, there's one last stretch goal, and that is the make the 7-inch single color. Make it color. And I can't say the color because Captain Jack is like doing some weird Captain Jack stuff of like trying to do something incredibly saucy with the color. So I don't want to say what color. We're gonna get Captain Jack in here in the week, and we can talk about his saucy plans. He's very excited for things that he wants to do with the package and make it incredible. But anyway, before we get into the next serious round of stretch goals, we have one last stretch goal related to this section. That's the make it colored section. And it's not going to be a difficult stretch goal to beat, frankly, because the stretch goal is, we just hit 20. And the stretch goal to make it colored is, just because I like saying it, 21. 21! We're going to hit 21, baby, then that's colored, and then we will unlock and open up that very exciting next stretch goal wave that I told YouTube hero Alex about earlier. And he went, ding! You know, he went, ding! A big old ding! Oh yeah, don't forget, you're getting a stretch goal of a YouTube Alex face reveal. Did you know that? Has he mentioned that? YouTube hero Alex face reveal stretch goal. Oh, come on. Come on! Come on, baby! YouTube hero Alex says you guys are gonna lose your minds. Pokemon Post says, show me the face! People want that face, baby. People want to see that heroic face. What up, though? So yeah, baby, that's the goal, to hit 21, and then we open up the next lot. 21 secures the colored vinyl 7-inch glory. Then we crack open the next stage of righteousness. Speaking of righteousness, Joshua Tran, Akira OnlyFans would be a great stretch goal. What would I do on OnlyFans? I could do a really wholesome OnlyFans. Reading stories to my son. Making beats. Mowing the lawn. Whoa! Whoa! Come on. Come on.
And so that is a nice little tangle. If I put this in the language of Oriental philosophy and religion, it would be something like this. The Buddha said that wisdom must come only from the abandonment of selfish craving or desire. The Buddha said that wisdom must come only from the abandonment of selfish craving or desire. One who abandons that desire attains nirvana, which is supreme peace, liberation. Nirvana means in Sanskrit, blow out. That is, exhale the breath. Exhale the breath. The opposite, desire, is to breathe in. Now, if you breathe in and hold it, you lose your breath. But if you breathe out, it comes back to you. It comes back to you. The Buddha said that wisdom must come only from the abandonment of selfish craving or desire. The Buddha said that wisdom must come only from the abandonment of selfish craving or desire. So the principle here is, if you want life, don't cling to it. Let go. Let go. But the problem is, if I desire not to desire, is that not already desire? How can I desire not to desire? How can I surrender myself when myself is precisely an urge to hold on, to cling to life, to continue to survive. To survive. To survive. The Buddha said that wisdom must come only from the abandonment of selfish craving or desire. The Buddha said that wisdom must come only from the abandonment of selfish craving or desire. I can see rationally that by clinging to myself I may strangle myself. I may be like a person who has a bad habit, as a result of which he is committing suicide. That. But can't give it up. Because the means of death are so sweet.
Buddha said. That was from the second
Akira
The Don.
The second. Yeah, I'm confused. The second Alan Watts album of 2020. That's amazing. How did that album happen? How did we get two Alan Watts albums in 2020? How is that even possible that we did that? Oh yeah, we had an epic vinyl campaign and the 20 grand final stretch goal, but added on the very last day was to get a second Alan Watts album made. Get that beloved mix remade, turned into an album. Wow, what an amazing thing to happen. God bless. Hey, what up, Elias? Heinzen in Brazil. God bless you, baby. Cindy Bailey, what's up? Says, oh my heart with that song. It's a beautiful song. I love that song too, Cindy Bailey. I do. Indica Blue says, so is this your music? It is, yes, Indica Blue. This is our music, produced here in Don Studios and performed every night at 7 CT by Jove. We are here doing different kinds of sets, but tonight we're playing some of the music that we made and released last year. This is just a small amount of the music that we made and released last year, a small sampling of it. Oh shoot. This right here is a song called Reduce Effort, featuring Manly P. Hall. You can find this on MEANINGWAVE Masterpieces 2. Came out, what was that, October? Hey, God bless Indica Blue. Thank you for being here. Hi.
But by this means of effortless effort, the individual changes his policy. And a good example of this method of changing is in the selection of an adequate vocal coach if you intend to take singing lessons. In the, shall we say, robusto style, the principal problem was to open your mouth and bellow. And nearly all, or many, of the older singers were quite content and happy if they could rattle the chandeliers in the back of the opera house. Then it was gradually discovered that this was the best way to ruin a voice that there was. These voices were damaged, and damaged terribly. Today we know that the best way to learn to vocalize is to reduce effort. Today we know that the best way to learn to vocalize is to reduce effort. The principal problem that every singer has to get rid of is his own throat. If he could lose it, he would sing better. Get his mind off of the noise he is making. Relax. And allow the breath to move as it will. And if he controls the breath with a minimum of mental energy, he will produce a pure tone. Well, if he gets behind it and shoves with everything he has, he will develop only a badly pressured, badly trained voice. Today we know that the best way to learn to vocalize is to reduce effort. Today we know that the best way to learn to vocalize is to reduce effort.
Same thing in life. Yeah. Same thing in life.
The purpose of life is to use a minimum amount of energy to attain
Maximum results. Minimum amount of energy. Maximum results. Minimum amount of energy. Maximum results. Minimum amount of energy. Maximum results.
Same thing in life.
Minimum amount of energy. Maximum results. Same thing in life. What's up, WMIV says looking forward to more Manly Pete Hall. Oh! Me too, baby, me too. Make some noise, that's Manly Pete Hall, that's Reduced Effort. That's on the Meaningwave Masterpieces 2 LP, 20-track album, came out, I believe, in October. I think it was our October album. What an album. Shouts out to Becca H, says, hey, today I listened to Meaning Stream 62, which was Akira's 40th birthday show. The WhatsWave vinyl campaign was in progress just back in May of 2020, but it feels like 100 years ago now. It really does. In it, Akira tells of how Be a Plumber, the song, came about and how it was the catalyst that made everything fall into place and led to the creation of Meaningwave. What a joyous, life-affirming story. Yo, God bless. Clippers, clip that thing. Yo, it's true, baby, it's true. And that's why it was really important to make Be a Plumber part of this campaign. To me, you know? It was really important because that's the song that started it all. That's the song that, you know, I was just a humble DJ, you know, trying to make my way to Las Vegas with all the other DJs, you know, it's like Mecca for DJs. And, you know, I was back from the club, you know, trying to sort of come down, so to speak, from the energy of the club, sort of chill, you know. And JBP comes on the screen, you know, and he's talking about the importance of doing something well and properly. You know, it was like a holy call, and I turned it into a song. And that gave birth to all of this, is what it did. And here we are, baby, 3 years later. In 21. Was it 4 years? I can never work it out. 2017 plus 18 plus 19 plus 20. And yeah, it's basically 3 years. 3.5 years. 21! Yo, we in the house, baby. We in the house. We in the house of meaning, baby. You know, we celebrate a lot of things here in the house of meaning. We celebrate life itself. We celebrate the ancestors. And one thing I personally have always been celebrating in all the music I've ever done. It was the theme of my very first album, the importance. The sacred importance of the individual, you know. And this is a song called The Individual. Joseph Campbell in the Meaningwave Autonomous Zone. What's up, Fool Killer? How you doing, baby? Yeah! What up, dude?
Now, the third function of a mythological tradition is to validate and maintain a certain moral order. Now, these moral orders greatly differ from one society to another. For example, the requirements of a primitive hunting community are very, very different from the primitive planting community. What is required of the young men and women is in each case quite different. Likewise, in a complex society differentiated tasks. Professional doctors, medical men, astronomers, scientists, governing people, trading people, all of these coordinated in one society. We have a quite different social problem, quite different moral problem from that of a simple primitive community.
The individual must be shaped. He must be made to react in the way that I cause you want to. The individual must be shaped. He must be made to react in the way that I cause you want to.
And so there is this variation from society to society in terms of the social order. Now, some of these social orders are extremely ruthless in their requirements and extremely narrow in their demands. Individuals may be thus divorced, separated, so to say, from their own nature. Read some of the descriptions in the anthropological works of the primitive initiation rites. What is done to the young people in some primitive societies in order to test their courage, in order to integrate them in the social group? Now, most societies are extremely dogmatic and fierce in their integration of the individual. The individual is born as a separate entity. He is carved up, so to say, and made to fit into a pattern that the society requires. It doesn't require a total man. It requires a part man, not an individual, but a dividuum, someone who has been divided up and put into a notch.
The individual must be shaped. He must be made to react in the way that I cause you want to. The individual must be shaped. He must be made to react in the way that I cause you want to.
This happens in the most primitive societies already. Nature produces this wonderfully rich being, full of possibility. The society, and you cannot blame society, it requires a certain specific limited type. It's got to have that, otherwise it can't exist. And so the individual is, so to say, carved into shape, scarified, his teeth knocked out, his body is changed, so that he'll know, I'm a member of this group, not that group.
The individual must be shaped. He must be made to react in the way that I cause you want to. The individual must be shaped. He must be made to react in the way that I cause you want to. The individual must be shaped. He must be made to react in the way that I cause you want to. The individual must be shaped. He must be made to react in a way that I cause you want to. Ow! Ow!
Yo, we had a lot of good guitar solos in 2020. You know, this was one of my favorites.
Yeah!
And in so shaping the person is removed, so to say, from his own nature.
From his own nature.
From his own nature.
Yeah! Okay.
His own nature. His own nature.
Joseph Campbell from Songs of Mythology. Whoa, whoa, whoa! That's an epic album. Go check that album out if you haven't heard it. Akira The Don, Joseph Campbell, Songs of Mythology. So this one here.
This is a view of the world.
You already know what this is. And if you don't already know what it is. I'm telling you, baby, this is Alan Watts and Akira The Don from The Web of Life Part 2. Consider Death.
So this is a view of the world as a system of mutual exploitation and of maximal selfishness. Now, it's a very profitable view to explore.
What up, no?
Everybody should do in their lifetime
sometimes, Gil.
Two things.
Two things.
Is to
consider death.
To observe
skulls and skeletons.
Consider death.
Consider death. Gil, consider death.
To wonder what it will be like to go to sleep and never wake up.
Never.
That is a very gloomy thing for contemplation, but it's like manure. Just as manure fertilizes the plants and so on. So the contemplation of death and the acceptance of death is very highly generative of creative life. You get wonderful things out of that. And the other thing to contemplate is to follow the possibility of the idea that you are totally selfish. That you don't have a good thing to be said for you at all. You're a complete, utter rascal.
Hey, yo, rascals, make some noise.
You're a complete...
Rascals, make some noise!
Now, the Christians have avoided this. Because although they say in their Episcopalian form of confession that we have erred and strayed from thy ways like lost sheep, and we have followed too much the devices and desires of our own hearts, too much, you know. Too much. We have offended against thy holy laws. We have left undone those things we ought to have done, and done those things which we ought not to have done, and there is no health in us. But it ought to be different. And we're going to do our best to amend with the help of God's grace. That is a real con act. If you equate health with genuine love and perfect unselfishness, then in that sense there is no health in us when we look at ourselves from this point of view. Consider death. To observe
skulls and skeletons.
Consider death.
Consider death.
And to wonder what it will be like to go to sleep and never wake up. Never. Consider death.
Consider death.
To observe
skulls and skeletons.
Consider death.
Consider death.
And to wonder what it will be like to go to sleep and never wake up.
Never make some noise. Whoa! Whoa! What's up, baby? It's Akira The Don and Marcus Aurelius. I'm about to channel that boy.
With which all of them vanish. Objects in the world and the memory of them in time. Of them in time. The speed with which all of them vanish. The objects in the world and the memory of them in time. Of them in time.
Yeah. And the real nature of the things our senses experience, especially those that entice us with pleasure or frighten us with pain, or are loudly trumpeted by pride. Aye. To understand those things, how stupid, contemptible, grimy, decaying, and dead they are. Aye. That's what our intellectual powers are for.
Speed with which all of them vanish. The objects of the world and the memory of them in time. Of them in time. Speed with which all of them vanish. The objects of the world and the memory of them in time. Of them in time. Now, and understand what those people really amount to, whose opinions and voices constitute fame, and what dying is. And if you look at it in the abstract to break down your imaginary ideas of it by logical analysis, you realize it's nothing but a process of nature, which only children could be scared of. Not just a process of nature, but a necessary one. Speed with which all of them vanish. The objects of the world and the memory of them in time. Of them in time. The speed with which all of them vanish. The objects of the world and the memory of them in time. Of them in time. Rest God, what part of himself he does so. How that part is conditioned when he does. How man, rest God, what part of himself he does so. And how that part is conditioned when he does. How man, rest God, what part of himself he does so. How that part is conditioned when he does. How man, rest God, what part of himself he does so. And how that part is conditioned when he does. Yo, man like Marcus Aurelius! Whoa! That's crazy. It's always cool when you allow yourself to become a vessel for a 2,000 years hence departed stoic Roman emperor, you know? That's a cool thing to do on a Sunday. Hey, what's up, JC, baby? What's up, dog?
Next stage in the mystery of the human development is that of old age. Coming up. Just about when you learn how to do what they've been trying to teach you, and you begin to fumble. Then you have to put stuff together, and for another few years, act as though you still could do it. And then everybody else begins to see he's not doing so well. They put another waiter in to take over the job for you, and that kind of thing. You're gradually eased out. You're gradually eased out.
Hey.
The first half of life, when there's a knock on the door, you think, here it comes, here it comes. And the last half of life, when there's a knock on the door, you think, here it comes, here it comes. In other words, the first function of the local social mythology was to bring you from childhood dependency to responsibility in terms of the social demand. And then just about when you're beginning to feel good about it all, the society that has said you've got to do what we want begins to say, well, it looks as though you can't do what we want, so you're on your own. Then you have what's called a nervous breakdown. The first half of life, when there's a knock on the door, you think, here it comes, here it comes. And the last half of life, when there's a knock on the door, you think, here it comes, here it comes. The next problem then, in a mythological order that is going to take care of us, is to tell us what to do with our psyches when that begins to happen. The economic problem isn't the main one. Not that somebody should, give you a fishing rod and send you out fishing and then have dinner for you and come home. It's what are you going to do with that
Power inside you.
What are you going to do with that
Power inside
What are you
you.
going to do with that
Power inside
What are you
you.
going to do with that
Power inside
What are you
you.
going to do
With that
power inside? The first
first
half
of
of
life,
life,
when there's a knock on the door, you think here it comes, here it comes.
and
The last half of life, when there's a knock on the door,
you think
here it comes, here it comes.
you've become somewhat aware of the world, the mystery of the world, and you just don't want to go doodling along with silly little children's tasks, and that's not what you're worth. It's not what you're ready for. There are problems to face. The most challenging one is death.
Aye.
Man is the only animal that knows he's going to die. And as soon as you fumble that ball, it's coming. It's coming. The first half of life, when there's a knock on the door,
you think here it comes, here it comes.
and the last half of life, when there's a knock on the door, you think it's coming.
It comes, here it comes.
So we find this wonderful problem, and the mythologies in general, the religions, have served it. They have provided images, tasks, disciplines that carry the child from childhood dependency to responsibility. Rather simple responsibilities, those the society says you've got to accept. And then they've provided a way out. They tell you that daddy will be up there and you're going back home. Now this isn't quite enough anymore either. Is it any wonder that our clergymen look a little bit anxious these days?
Joseph Campbell from the Songs of Mythology album, out on all streaming platforms. God bless, what a record. Yeah, let's check in on our vinyl campaign. We've got 2 more songs of the set left. So let's check in on that thing. See how we doing. Did we hit we did hit our stretch goal. Did we hit our final stretch goal? Our final stretch goal, we any closer to that is 21. Let's check in, baby. 21. Man, I'm so emotional. I'm just like giddy with. Oh, now I understand. I'm wearing a bloody invisibility hat. Of course, if you was wearing an invisibility hat, you'd be finding it a little bit too, wouldn't you? Let's refresh. Refresh! Hey! Yo, look at that. We 350 away. 130 backers. 28 days left. Yo! Plumbing, baby. Plumbing exists. Plumbing vinyl for all. 21. So TV Skunk says Akira is going to DJ in 320 years from now from the intergalactic DJ set on Earth What Was. Might be, baby, might be. Nick Myalga says I jumped on the JBPWAVE vinyl bandwagon. That was you! Was that you that moved us one beautiful step closer towards glory? Shouts out to you, baby. 13's everywhere. Aye! What you gonna do with that power inside you? What you gonna do, baby? I suggest you back that campaign. We're so close to that 21. Once we hit that 21, then we unlock a sequence of events from which the world will be very unlikely to recover, frankly. Very frankly. Natural Phenomenon says the best life is one where everyone can hear Akira and JBP tell us to go be plumbers and be good ones, you know. Reconciliation says Akira The Don. We have the same style of Christmas tree removal. Nice saw. 100, 100, 100. Yo, you saw my saw. I didn't think I posted that video. I forgot. Oh no, there's video of me actually hacking the tree. I have not posted. Yeah, baby, I took apart that Christmas tree with her. Well, first I was just taking it apart with my bare hands, you know, I was just snapping off branches and feeding them to my fire, sending them back to the sun from whence they came. But then, you know, then I got tired of that because it was really hurting my hands. So I got the secateurs, but then the secateurs were not powerful enough for certain branches, and at that point I thought, shit, this is a job for the Milwaukee circular saw. And then I got me that Milwaukee circular saw, by Jove, and I went at that tree. And my wife came down from the yoga going, what the? And just very, very beautifully just gave me some goggles, you know, some gloves. That's a nice thing for a wife to do, you know. Go! 2 songs left, baby. 2 songs left of this little set. The story of 21. I mean, the story of 20. The tale of 20. That's what it was. The tale of 20.
3 words. Give me inspiration for any day I'm feeling down.
3 words.
3 words.
You're gonna die. Yeah, that's inspiration. Do something about it.
Whoa!
Young stoic Gary V.
Everybody else, I have no fucking idea what you guys are up to, and I shit on myself every day.
What?
I critique everything I do. Everything is my fault. Period. End of story. Somebody hits me with a fucking car tomorrow, I'm like, fuck, I shouldn't have left the house that early. You get into that fucking mindset, I promise you shit changes. You need to fucking suffocate your bullshit.
Suffocate!
Optimistical, practical. Optimistical,
practical.
Optimistical,
practical.
Optimistical,
practical.
You're gonna die.
You're gonna die. Yeah, that's inspiration.
Optimistical, practical.
Optimistical.
Practical.
Optimistical.
Practical.
Optimistical.
Practical.
You're gonna die.
You're gonna die. Yeah, that's inspiration. Just suffocate your bullshit. Period. You either need to figure out who's holding you back and their judgment and go to them. I want you to call your mom and say, fuck you. If she's the person that is suppressing you because she's miserable and misery loves company. I'm being dead serious with you. People aren't doing things because they're fearful of other people's judgment and they're still keeping negative energy around them because they're obligated. And to let that dictate your only life is fucking ludicrous. Go volunteer at a nursing home for 1 day. Go talk to 8 people. You're gonna see something that's gonna scare the living shit out of you. It's called regret. Regret scares the shit out of you. Regret is the fuel besides gratitude that drives my life. You will see people and they will tell you things about the things they didn't do and the silliness to why they didn't do it, and they're running out of time. And you have time. Optimistical, practical. Optimistical, practical. Optimistical, practical. Optimistical, practical. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. Yeah, that's inspiration. Optimistical, practical. Optimistical, practical. Optimistical, practical. Optimistical, practical. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. Yeah, that's inspiration. If anybody that looks like you has ever done it, then you can too. If some kid that grew up with 2 alcoholic parents, right, and grew up in an orphanage made it, then you can too. It's about mindset. The second you start having losing mindset, you fucking lost. I love when people shit like The Secret is real. It's not fucking real.
Man, I ran off with I didn't even leave you with a good background screen to look at. My bad. My bad.
Get somewhere close to it.
Like a mini emergency.
Sitting on your couch, jerking off and to have $1 million. You're living through massive human shift. This is the biggest culture shift. The printing press. The internet. Only roughly 20 years old in being a consumer product for all of us. This is just starting. What do you think's coming next? Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Optimistical.
Practical.
Optimistical.
Practical.
Optimistical.
Practical.
Optimistical.
Practical.
Gonna die.
You're gonna die. Yeah.
That's inspiration. Optimistical,
Practical.
optimistic,
Practical.
optimistical,
Practical.
optimistical, practical.
You're gonna die. You're gonna die. Yeah!
That's inspiration.
Whoa! Whoa!
Do you actually know what the fuck you're doing?
Huh?
Are you actually putting in the work?
Huh?
Do you really want this that bad? Or do you want to make it look like you want it that bad? I challenge you and I hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Yeah! Young Stoic Lord, that's Akira The Don and Gary V. That's the final track from the Gary V LP, aka the Gary V Show. I had to change the title of it. The last minute distributor says you can't put the word LP in an album title. I said, why not? Slim Shady did. Let me have a look on Spotify. Oh look, there's fucking 20,000. They said, yeah, well you can't do it now. Apple says you're not allowed to do it. They've got new guidelines. I said, what? What? And that was that, you know. And we moved on, we kept it moving. You know, there are bigger battles to fight in life. Speaking of battles in life, hey, concentrate every minute like a woman, like a man, on doing what's in front of you with precise and genuine seriousness, tenderly, willingly, with justice, and on freeing yourself from all other distractions. Yeah, you can, if you do everything as if it were the last thing you were doing in your life. Stop being aimless. Stop letting your emotions override what your mind knows. Stop being hypocritical, self-centered, irritable. You see how few things you have to do to live a satisfying and reverent life? If you can manage this, why that's all even the gods could ask of you. Aye, yeah, keep on degrading yourself. Whoa. Soon your chance of dignity, it will be gone. Everybody gets one life. Yours is almost all used up now. And instead of treating yourself with respect, you have entrusted your own happiness unto the souls of others. Unto the souls of others. Your external things distract you. Then take time to learn something worthwhile. Stop letting yourself get pulled in all directions. And make sure to guard against the other kind of confusion. People who labor all their lives but have no purpose to direct every thought and impulse towards, are wasting all their time. Even when hard at work. Even when hard at work. Ignoring what goes on in other people's souls. No one ever came to grief that way. But if you won't keep track of what your own soul's doing, how can you not be unhappy? Don't ever forget these things, the nature of the world, my nature, how I relate unto the world, what proportion of it I make up, that you are part of nature, and no one can prevent you from speaking and acting in harmony with it. Always. Oh, so soon your sense of dignity, it will be gone. Everybody gets one life. Yours is almost all used up now. Instead of treating yourself with respect, you have entrusted your own happiness unto the souls of others. Unto the souls of others. Bam, 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 bam. Whoa! Yo!
That was the tale of 20. Part 1! Part 1! And we can do, I think we might do part 2 tomorrow night. How about that? How'd you feel about that? Yeah, that was just a slice, baby. That was just a little slice of the story of 20. The tale of 20. I should say, make some noise for yourself. Come on, baby, let's get it! Make some noise! 21. 21, welcome to 21. Yeah, we got a vinyl campaign going right now, in case you didn't know. In case you didn't know, baby boy, baby girl, baby doll. We got a vinyl campaign going on. We're trying to get that JBPWAVE vinyl, and guess what? We got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. We got the JBPWAVE vinyl. We already got it. It's happening. It's happening. There's no getting away from the fact that it's happening, baby. It's happening. It's cracking. You know, it is. Ooh, look, there's so many me's. It's happening, baby, but all that's happening now, all is we're making the package beautiful. We're making the package epic. Epic. Say, for example, you spent $30 to order a double vinyl. You know, a double vinyl. Beautiful double vinyl. Guess what? It's now going to be a color. It's now going to be a beautiful color. It's going to be gatefold. And it's going to come with a bonus 7-inch single. A bonus 7-inch single. What? Shit. Oh, hi there, darling. Where was I? What was I talking about? Everyone's getting a 7-inch single, but the question is it going to be a color? That's the question, because for it to be a color, we're looking at getting 21. 21. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's see where we are at the beginning of the show. We was at... Where were we? I can't even remember. Were we at 20 at the beginning of the show? Were we? I don't know. We weren't, were we? We were like... Where were we at the beginning of the show? Time is a flat circle. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Like, life is a beautiful dream. Beautiful dream where I've been in the zone, refusing to leave for 3 years. Just ever deepening levels of meaning, stacking up on top of each other. Like that, you know. Levels of meaning. Here we are. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Hey, but can anyone remember where we were at the beginning of the stream? I honestly can't. Come on, chat. Becca says, when we were like 17, 18K. It is quite likely. I think we was at 18. I think it was 18. because I remember being like, oh, look, we've got 111 backers. I like that number. Boom. All right, let's check it out. Let's refresh. It's the only child. The refresh. 21! 21 and 21. 21 and 21, come on. 21 and 21. 21, 21. Wow, guys, look at that. We did it, baby. We did it. We just smashed through that whole section. We smashed through a whole section in stretch goals in a day. It was, right? Was it? Was it? I can't even... Did I write these down this morning? I feel like I just wrote them down this morning. I'm so proud of this community. This is going to be the best campaign of all time. This is going to be the greatest campaign anyone ever heard of. Anyone ever heard of a campaign this great? They're going to say, nope. I don't think so, chump.
I think this is the best campaign that ever campaigned. Just guess what happened? Guess what happened? 21. They got it, baby. They got it.
Akira.
All right, so here's the thing. You'd be like, what do people want? You know, what do people want? The important thing is what do the people want, you know? There's this weird thing that happened in Hollywood over the past few years. It seems they went, what do people not want? What do people really not want? And then they're like, all right, let's do that. You know, they're like, what do people not want? I know, they're making Star Wars, they're having a meeting. What do people want? Well, they want to see the hero, Luke Skywalker. They'd like to see the hero, you know, continue his hero's journey and perhaps, like, you know, train a new generation of heroes or something like that. That'd be good. All right, let's not do that. Let's turn him into a twat and then kill him. Wait, what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's not give the people what they want. Hey, we're doing new, rewind to the beginning. We're doing new Star Wars films, really. Are all the actors from the original ones still alive? Yeah, they are. What do you think people would want? I think people would really love to see those actors on screen together, reunited. Shall we do that? All of them together, you know, Princess Leia and Han Solo and Chewie, whatever he's called, and Luke, of course. Get them all together. That'd be wonderful. People would love that. Should we do that? Could do that. Or we could turn Han Solo into a philandering bum who abandons his family and then kill him. How about that? Let's do that. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Let's do that. Give the people what they don't want. Well, that's not what we do here. We want to give the people what they want and what they don't yet know they want. That's what you do. That's what Henry Ford said, isn't it? He was smart. He sold a lot of cars. You know, people thought they wanted horses. People thought they wanted horses and carts. He said, might want some cars. Give him some wheels. Give him some of them wheels. Well, all right, here's the thing, all right? People say to me, and they literally say to me pretty much every day. I get a lot of messages every day, hundreds, in fact. It's to the point where I can barely keep up, but I try my best. And what a lot of these messages say, they say, Akira The Don. Akira The Don. Those JBPWAVE mixes. Plus, put them on Spotify. Plus. They say, plus! I say, well, you know, Jacob Morcus says, is gate gold in the stretch goal a typo, or is it a type of vinyl gatefold? What do you think? What do you think? Anyway, let me get back to what I was saying to y'all. What was I saying to y'all? I was saying to y'all, people say to me every day, Akira The Don, come on, can we get these JBPWAVE vinyls? Can we get these JBPWAVE mixes on Spotify? Can we get them on streaming services? We want to be able to listen to them. I say, hey! That would be lovely. I would love to, you know, but I have so many things I'm trying to do here. But, you know, we started on that mission. And if you realize JBPWAVE Father was basically JBPWAVE 1 turned into an album. And JBPWAVE this aesthetic is basically JBPWAVE 2 turned into an album. Well, I have a bold vision in which the entire JBPWAVE series is turned into albums. The entire series is turned into albums this year. And then we step into the future and make a brand new JBPWAVE album. So we get all of the previous works all together and all done and all turned into amazing albums. I say that would be a bold and powerful mission. That would be an epic thing to do, brothers and sisters. Then you would have literally hundreds and hundreds of JBPWAVE songs to listen to on your Spotify's, on your iTunes and all those other things. You'd be able to listen to all of them. People would be like, oh, that bit where he spoke about the dragon, that was an epic bit. If only that was some songs. Yeah, it would! The bit where he's telling the story about the boy and the dragon. Oh, flip. People be like, JBPWAVE 5, that was so amazing. Wouldn't it be epic if that was an album? Yes, it would! Yes, it would. Nick Mayorga says a vinyl campaign every month. No. This vinyl campaign. This one! Could we do it with this one? Could we? Could we be that bold? Because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Because I was like, okay, we have all these records we're doing this year, right? New Marcus Aurelius, new Jocko. I was like, is there even room? I was like, yeah, there is actually. If I work really hard and I employ multiple mixers working at the same time to be mixing and mastering, right? And if I employ some excellent musicians to work with me, we could get all those mixes turned into fully fledged albums this year and have JB and have Jocko and have Meditations Volume 2 and the other things which you don't even know about yet. Some things that are already done. I think we could. If this campaign goes as well as it's going so far, we could do this. I believe. So, the next stretch goal, with that in mind, will be turn JBPWAVE 3 into an album at 29.
29, we'll turn it into an album. And at 30, YouTube Hero Alex, this is the big one, this is the real big one everyone's been waiting for. At 30, YouTube Hero Alex, face reveal! You hear that? 29, you get a whole album. And here's the thing, everyone gets the album. It's a gift from you for the world, a whole new album. A whole album created. And at 30, YouTube Hero Alex, face! How do you feel about that, brothers and sisters? How do you feel about that? I don't think people are excited. Hey. WMIV, let's get it! Natural phenomenon. Oh, I'm so excited! Nick Mayaga, 30K seemed so far away last night. Yeah, not now. Not now, baby. JBPWAVE mix series turned into epic albums for you this year, 21. Let's just get it all done, get it all. Because I was like, oh, yeah, I could do this. I would chip away, like, you know, one a year or something. We'd be going till 2030 or something. No! We got to do it now! It's got to be done, baby. So support that campaign today. Mason says, throws money at YouTube Hero Alex's face. Exactly. We'll get YouTube Hero Alex on here when we'll pull his face off, and you'll see that. Oh! How you feeling? Nick Murga says, get that blue steel ready. WMIV says JBP season. You know what I said? I said JBP season, right? And like, we have an opportunity now to do real hardcore JBP season. Yeah, 4 JBP albums made. Is it even possible? Is it even possible? We shall see. But the first one we're aiming for is 3 at 29K. And at 30K, that face! Yo! John Hannibal Smith says we need to march on CBS to get Akira's permission to use Picard's voice samples to get Akira permission. Well, here's what we do. All we do, baby, is we just keep doing what we're doing, and we get this thing so big, they come to us. Please, Akira the Don, do that wave magic you do on Picard, because we really fucked up that season, that TV show that's in the other universe with Disgracery and all that. Please, Akira the Don, make Picard wonderful again. Say, well, we'll see about that. Mike Better says, I've needed hundreds of more JBP songs in my playlist so bad I can't even begin to explain. I feel you. Robert Easley says, feeling GOOD about the future JBP, and that rhymed. Bleat Lama says, there are 4 lights that never go out at the end of the tunnel. And I'm feeling rather faint now. I think I might have to go and have a little lie down. Quite an intense period of activity today has been, and tomorrow, oh bloody hell. I got another crazy, aside from all this, we're going to be here every day, of course, doing what we do. I'm finishing up stage 2 of the album that's coming out in March. The album that's coming out in February, I've done all my work on. I'm looking forward to hearing the final masters of that. So, you know, we keep it rocking so hard, baby. We got so much great music coming this year already. And with your help, we're going to add to that with 4 JBP albums. And that would be pretty epic. By Jove. What we've already done is so epic, and I'm so proud of this community. Make some noise for yourselves! JBPWAVE vinyl exists! Well, it will exist! It is confirmed it will exist! MEANINGWAVE exists! Thank you all for being here. We'll be back tomorrow, 7 CT, on both sides of the COOCK. That spells clock for you all that can't spell. Yo. Gil says, gimme. What's up, Gil? Natural Phenomenon says, woo! Mason says, more! Head on over to the Indiegogo campaign and back that campaign today. Let's get it really freaking cooking.
Let's get it cooking with fire. Let's get these albums made, baby. Let's get this hype train rolling. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. CT, and we'll be here tomorrow night for another Meaning Wave Live Super Turbo Ultra Special. Come on! Flipping heck. Thank you for being here, brothers and sisters. By 5 o'clock. 3, 2, 1. Bye. You cuties, sweet dreams. Oh, Meaning Wave Radio 24/7's back. You can go hang out there if you so wish. Or you could go to the Discord. Or you could do both. I mean, it's up to you, baby. You're a sovereign individual and I'm proud of you. Sweet dreams. God bless. Pew, pew, pew.